They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Taken down at the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
An 8-yard pickup.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
A gain of 9.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Jacksonville.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and Goal.
Of the goal line.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Score Jaguars 7, Cardinals 0. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
24-yard line.
Throwing now is Murray. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Coverage, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle there by Rashard Lawrence.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Ryan. That's his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. On
1st and 10, it's Ryan. Screen play, McKinnon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Murray. He's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. What a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball, but instead it turned out to be a touchdown, and maybe I go figure it out on their sideline.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
1st down, Jacksonville.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He completes it to Westbrook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Jaguars.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. The open man is Westbrook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Westbrook. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Cardinals' 45-yard line.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Jacksonville.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? the defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
4th down.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30. Yard line.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 5. First down, Jaguars.
Now McKinnon. A couple down to about the 27.
Jarek McKinnon.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd down and 8. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, Ryan. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And a Jaguar first down.
from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Jaguars 17, Cardinals 7. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
At the 21.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray is going to have the hook up to Ross. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. John Ross, 79 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
For the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for the Jacksonville first. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Ryan. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run it with McKinnon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 from the 44. From the gun, Ryan. Trying to improvise. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Gonna give this time to the tailback. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
In on the tackle.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 19 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the Jags are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try to run with Edwards around. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Jaguars 24, Cardinals 14.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have the thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Murray to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatlining.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Jacksonville, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.